Hello people of the internet, I'm Hikachu, and this is my first non-edit video on this channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys who I think owned each BTS era. Before we start, please don't forget to subscribe and check out some short edits I make, I would really appreciate it. Also, subtitles are available in this video, so turning them on is probably a good idea in order to understand what the robot voice is saying. Just a disclaimer, I'm not determining my choice of who owned the era based off of line counts and screen time. The way I'm judging this is entirely subjective. I may include runner-ups in some eras, if I have difficulty choosing one person, and I'm not including Japanese or special edition albums. Okay, let's finally start. First off, we have the Skool for Skool era. Honestly, this was hard to pick, because I feel like all the members were amazing, and no one really overtook others. However, after a lot of re-listening to their songs in this album, and re-watching the music videos, I concluded that the person who owned this era is Jungkook. He really shined as an all-rounder, and his rapping stays forever iconic. I also love his voice and I like it, and his dancing in both No More Dream and We Are Bulletproof Part 2 is amazing. I know some people may disagree and say the person who owned this era was Namjoon, but to me Jungkook simply stood out more. I don't have much to explain, but I just think Yoongi stood out in this era. His starting line in Attack on Bangtan gives me an instant serotonin boost, and his rapping is amazing in Cypher Part 1 as well. I also love the cute and simple vibe he pulls off in Coffee and If I Ruled the World. Not to mention his looks and aesthetic in this era, he suits it so well. I loved Hobby's parts in both Boy in Love and Just One Day. They are both awesome to bop to, and so fun to hear. Also, I feel like Hobby owned Where Did You Come From. Whenever I hear that song I just imagine red-haired Hobby sitting on a terrace telling me a story about the love of his life.
Hello, 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 tell me what you want right now. Hello, 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 I'ma give it to you girl right now.
I feel like War of Hormone and Danger wouldn't be complete without Psy's lines, and the aesthetic of this album and era looks great on him. However, I picked June as the runner-up because I feel like he stood out in B-sides like Look Here, Could You Turn Off Your Cell Phone, and Hip Hop Lover. As for B-sides where Taehyung stood out, I thought of Second Grade and Let Me Know. And yes, I did think of his obsession for Cypher Part 3. Again, I don't have much to say, but Jimin definitely opened his vocals in I Need You Are Beautiful. I also loved his parts in Hold Me Tight and Converse High. I simply feel like the whole butterfly theme that this era has is delivered so well by Namjoon, and he owned the B-side Silver Spoon and Mars City. However, I picked Jin as the runner-up because I feel like his vocals shined in Butterfly and House of Cards. First off, Fire is for sure Yoongi's song. His signature savageness slays throughout the entire song and music video, and we love that. Even though there is so much emotion and thought in the lyrics of Epilogue, Young Forever, I personally think that Yoongi's verse stood out as it talks about his personality and how he tries to hide his sadness and worry.
Want the money, money. Money, money. Want the money, money. Money, 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 money.
I don't think I need to even explain this. For starters, we can all agree Boy Meets Evil is a downright masterpiece, and the same applies to Mama. This era really focused on the BTS universe storyline, hence requiring a lot of acting, but Ho Si-ark pulled it off perfectly. Hobby was also shown more as an all-rounder during this era, and he did such a great job. Dimple, Best of Me, Pied Piper, and ENA had amazing Jin vocals for starters, and his look in this era is amazing. I just want to say this choice was kinda partial to my personal experiences. Before I was in ARMY, I heard DNA and Jin's part was always stuck in my head, and that's a minor reason why I'm an ARMY today. From Singularity to Fake Love to The Truth Untold, I think Ty absolutely rocked the vibe in this era. His deep voice goes so well with the sad theme of the album, and his look in this era was amazing. His acting and performance in the Singularity video is absolutely beautiful, and don't even get me started on the beauty of his hair. I feel like Idol is simply Namjoon's theme song. Like imagine him stepping into a room with You Can Call Me Artist, You Can Call Me Idol, and try convincing me that it isn't the coolest thing ever. Also, these days trivia, Love has been my jam, and Namjoon hits so differently in that song. I also think that the aesthetic fits him so well. What can I say? Jungkook just hits differently in this era. His parts in Boy With Love are so catchy, and Microcosmos wouldn't be the same without him. Not to mention his intense duality in Dionysus. And of course, he does amazingly in Jamevu as well. Jimin's dancing in both Black Swan and On are amazing. Filter is awesome, and Friends is simply beautiful. However, I picked Jin as the runner-up because he fit the aura so well. Moon is such an amazing song, and his vocals in 0 O'Clock were angelic. When Namjoon mimicked us by saying
Jungkook's English is so cute! Oh,
he wasn't wrong. Jungkook rocked this era with amazing pronunciation, amazing dancing, and long hair. He fit the retro style so well, and his vocals were amazing.
Like an echo in the forest,
Okay, so B was so hard to pick, but I've narrowed it down to 3 members as a whole. Namjoon's songwriting, Ty's vocals, and Jin's visuals completely shaped this era. I really can't say much else. I mean, he ate a stick of butter for us. Yes, ladies and gents, Hobby owned this era. His dancing in the elevator, his bridge, and his hair matching the song. It keeps getting better. The style suits him so well, and don't even get me started on him in the music video teaser. Anyways, that was the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please comment what your thoughts were on Who Only Cheerer. I would love to read your aspects. Once again, I really did try to give each member an equal treatment in this video, and I wasn't trying to offend anyone. Before you go, please subscribe and like this video. I know it's annoying to hear, but it really helps. Have a great day.
여전히 그때 화가 내 삶에 많은 게 변했지만 뭐 저 달빛은 여전히 그대로라고